Imagine the thrill of Boxing Day kicking off with a packed schedule of Premier League matches, uniting fans in festive cheer, but this holiday season, that beloved tradition is taking a hit with just a single game on the docket. It's a bittersweet moment for football enthusiasts, evoking nostalgia while sparking debates about the evolving landscape of the sport. But here's where it gets controversial. Is the expansion of European competitions really the villain behind this shift, or could there be deeper issues with how global football demands are reshaping our domestic calendar? Stick around as we dive into the details, revealing the why and what's next that most casual observers might overlook. The Premier League has officially announced that Manchester United will face off against Newcastle United in the only top-flight fixture scheduled for Boxing Day. Kicking off at 8 p.m, this late-evening clash might pose some real headaches for away fans travelling to the match, especially since public transport options are often scaled back during the holiday period. For beginners new to the Premier League scene, this means Newcastle supporters could face longer commutes or rely on alternative travel methods like taxis or ride shares, potentially dampening the usual festive atmosphere around the game. Delving into the reasoning, the league points to the growing influence of European club competitions as a primary factor in this streamlined lineup. To explain this simply, as more teams qualify for tournaments like the Champions League or Europa League, it squeezes the domestic schedule, forcing adjustments to avoid player burnout and fixture congestion. The last occasion Boxing Day fell on a Friday, back in 2014, saw the full Premier League programme unfold without issue, a reminder of how calendars can dramatically shift based on the year. A spokesperson for the Premier League elaborated on these challenges in a statement, acknowledging the impact on a cherished English football custom. The Premier League recognises the factors contributing to fewer matches on Boxing Day this year, which affect a significant tradition for fans, they noted. Key among these is the broadening scope of European tournaments, prompting a revamp of the domestic calendar prior to the previous season. This included tweaks to events like the FA Cup, ultimately transforming the Premier League into a 33-weekend competition. It's worth clarifying for newcomers, even though the league features 380 matches annually, a format that's held since 1995, the reduced weekend count means fitting everything in requires careful juggling, often leaving less room for traditional holiday slots. With a tighter calendar, the league is constrained by how the dates align. However, there's a silver lining. Fans can look forward to a more robust Boxing Day next season, when the date conveniently lands on a Saturday, allowing for additional fixtures. Continuing their dedication to player welfare and club needs, the league has implemented special measures to extend recovery time over the festive period. Specifically, the gaps between rounds 18, 19, and 20 have been lengthened, ensuring no team faces a match within 60 hours of their previous one. This is a smart approach to safeguard against fatigue. Imagine it like giving athletes a proper cooldown after intense training sessions, preventing injuries and maintaining high performance. Shifting gears to the rest of the weekend, Saturday, December 27th, will buzz with activity, featuring 7 Premier League encounters. It kicks off early with Nottingham Forest welcoming Manchester City at 12:30 p.m, followed by 5 games set for the traditional 3 p.m. slot, and wrapping up with Aston Villa visiting Chelsea at 5:30 p.m. For those unfamiliar, these staggered kickoffs cater to broadcasting demands and global audiences, ensuring the action spreads out throughout the day. Rounding out round 18 the following day, fans can catch Sunderland battling Leeds at 2 p.m, before Crystal Palace takes on Tottenham at 4:30 p.m. It's these smaller details that highlight how the league balances tradition with modern necessities. At its core, the Premier League is committed to providing 33 weekends of matches to fulfill broadcaster contracts, a promise that shapes the entire fixture setup. On a typical weekend, games default to 3 p.m. on Saturday, but can be shifted to optimized broadcast times if needed. This year, however, only one slot is reserved for a Friday, a decision that underscores the calendar's constraints. But here's the part most people miss: this scheduling evolution isn't just about dates, it raises bigger questions about the soul of football. Is prioritizing European glory at the expense of domestic traditions fair, or should the Premier League push back harder to preserve its unique holiday flair? And what about the fans? Are these changes enhancing the experience, or alienating those who crave the old-school Boxing Day bonanza? We'd love to hear your take. Do you see the European expansion as an inevitable modernization, or a threat to cherished customs? Is the league doing enough to balance player rest with fan excitement? Share your opinions in the comments below. Let's spark a conversation about the future of Premier League football.